Welcome to the Startup Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, the host of the show, where we talk about raising funding for your startup and the time it takes to have an espresso. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. Internal fraud is often caught by an employee. The employee who sounds the alarm is called a whistleblower. The whistleblower is someone who reports fraud to the authorities. Whistleblowers fear retaliation for outing a manager or other employee. Those who want protections for keeping their job or avoiding criminal charges must follow these rules. The whistleblower must have good reason to suspect the fraud. The whistleblower must take steps to report the fraud to the authorities. The whistleblower must refuse to join the fraud. And the whistleblower must testify against the fraudsters. Cases involving the government can involve additional penalties. If you suspect fraud, then follow these steps. Collect all the relevant information. Protect yourself and your accounts, report the fraud to the authorities, and check for any insurance coverage against fraud. Fraud is often found by internal employees, so beware of the activities of others. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start listening to today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early-stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.